Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Earth 23 Superman. Superman is the final figure that we're going to be having a look at that has the final figure piece for Justice Buster. Yes, Earth 23 Superman doesn't quite look like perhaps the Superman that we know so well. I do like that with the multiverse, we're looking at different spectrums of characters. With 0 Year Batman and now Earth 23 Superman, we get slightly a different appearance of characters that we, again, have grown up and have loved over the years. Spinning around the back of the package, the one wish that I had was that the read-up was included for Earth 23 Superman. If you wanted to know a little bit more about the character, if you want to know a little bit more about 0 Year Batman, that could have been included on the back of the package. Instead, we've got a very generic back package with a singular read-up that says DC Comics Multiverse figures are inspired by comic-based, character-rich entertainment sources such as movies and video games. These figures are meticulously designed to be truly authentic, celebrating the many universes of entertaining DC Comics material. If you want to collect all 6 figures and build the Justice Buster, you would require 0 Year Batman, the Joker, the Arrow, Superman, Flash, and Reverse Flash. And then you can build this. The legs also were the right way, so if you are wondering from the previous video, yes, Spot did put the leg on the right way. Ha ha! To check out more from the folks over at Mattel, go to www.mattel.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're getting a better look at the DC Comics Multiverse Earth 23 Superman. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Let's have a look at the final build-a-figure piece that comes included with the Earth 23 Superman, and that would be the leg to finish off our Justice Buster. We'll just reach off camera and grab the Justice Buster as to where we've left off. You'll see, hey, wait a minute, he's got a missing leg. Hey, wait a minute, I've got an extra leg. Peg that into place, like that, and sure enough, we've got ourselves a finished Justice Buster. Just to kind of give you a scale comparison, there he is next to Earth 23 Superman to see how much taller he is going to be versus the standard 6-inch figures. It's a good size. Short on legs, yes, but I mean, that's how it looks in the comics. He's a little bit broader, of course, as well than the other figures as well. I like it, and I'll probably do like a separate video of him so we can just talk about it, we can share, and we can kind of engage the figure. But in the meantime, we'll just kind of move this guy out of the way. So having a look at Earth 23 Superman, for the most part, I like the figure. There's things about it I don't like necessarily, but for the most part, I do like the figure. It looks like it shares, and I'm looking at like the shoulder areas here of his arms. I feel like he's sharing the same body mold as the new 52 Superman. Especially the areas around the torso look very reminiscent, as well as the arms on the side with Superman's armor. Also the belt, a good giveaway as well. Maybe perhaps the arms are retooled, but other than that, it looks like he does share very similar. Of course, the boots are a little bit different as well, but majority-wise, the body looks like he does share the same body mold as Earth 2 Superman. Okay, so I like the figure. I like the coloring of the figure, the blue, the bright yellow. The logo on his chest is like that. Very nice, very clean. The yellows normally could be a bit of a hazardous, just a hazard in the way it was painted. But actually the yellow, for the most part, is pretty clean. I don't have any issues with the yellow. Having a problem, one issue I have is the cape. The cape just has no life to it whatsoever. It almost looks like somebody just took a plastic mat and just stuck it to the back of the figure. There's no texture. Okay, the cape kind of slightly billows, but I mean, other than that, it looks like it's just a big flat piece of molded plastic that's been stuck to the back of the figure. In fact, even like the shoulder area, it doesn't look like it attaches to anything other than the peg that's attaching the cape to the figure's torso. I really don't like that. If it was cleaner, if it looked like it attached to something, the cape looks like that, but I just don't think it was executed very well, to be honest. There's the underside of what it would look like under the cape. It's an ugly cape. I'm gonna be honest about it. It is a very ugly looking cape. The rest of the figure's not bad. Coloring doesn't match on some of the areas, like the blues don't match on the legs to the torso. The torso looks like it's a little bit darker. The top torso, like the chest area, looks like it doesn't quite match the coloring of the arms and the legs, but it's close enough in color that it doesn't bother me as much as it should. As for his face, let's have a look at the Earth 23 Superman's face. Yes, it does not look like a regular Superman that we, come to expect, but I like the face. I think the face is pretty good. The face could be a little bit better, yes. In fact, he's got a slightly weird looking look on his face. Like his eyes look like he's just zoning out. I don't know. I feel like maybe like the cheekbones or something around the jaw area doesn't look right either. Here, it's not bad. Here, it's not bad. But putting the two together, something doesn't quite gel for me. Again, I don't really have any issues, and I love the fact that we get an Earth 23 Superman, but I feel like Mattel just didn't do a great enough job on the figure, in all honesty. When it comes to his posability, Superman's head is on that ball joint, and you can see also perhaps carryovers from the New 52 Superman with the collar there. Shoulders hinge out. At least a saving grace for the cape is that the cape doesn't get in the way. That's not saying much because, again, the cape just looks stuck onto the back of the figure's torso. You can move the arms, but not completely. Well, you can move them all the way around, and it just looks even more apparent that the cape just doesn't look like it's attached to anything. As a swiveling point in the bicep, hinge in the elbow, a rotation in the wrists, an upper torso crunch, rotation in the waist, split legs or split cuts on the thigh, which also allow the legs to move forward and back, mid swivel cut on the thigh, hinge on the knee, and finally a hinge in the foot. I would almost say the figure has some of the best coloring. The costume is vibrant. The logo is vibrant. It has some of the best coloring of the figures in this second wave. But I almost feel like it's the weakest figure just for poor execution of capes. The face could be a little bit better. It's not one of their finest. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the final figure from the new DC Comics Multiverse figures. We're looking today at the Earth 23 Superman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have the review of the Justice Buster right around the corner. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.